Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
8 o'clock on the start of your Wednesday, hump day. Love this for us. We are cruising through the week. We are
Cruising
making
for a
moves
bruising.
in the weather department as
Oh
well.
my gosh, I'm so excited about today. The girls'
Right?
group chat's already popping off. We're already trying to figure out what we're going to do.
Can we talk about this?
75
Yeah, hello.
degrees.
Look at that.
Possibly a record. The record's 74 from 2012 when I was 14.
Okay. Oh my God, that is so funny.
I love doing that.
Because I'll tell you, in 2012, I actually remember how warm it was that spring. It was my first spring here in Western New York, and I thought I had just come from Virginia, so I was like, "Oh, this is great! Like spring comes early, just like it does in Virginia." And lo and behold, 14 years later, it is the complete opposite.
No, I was in 8th grade. No idea
That's
what was going
cute.
on here.
That's adorable. That I was well into my career. That is sweet, Taylor. Good for you.
But it's going to
You
be a
are-
beautiful
Yes, just
day.
a gem.
I love to remind Ed of my youth. It makes him so happy.
It's so funny because normally it's Katie who takes the brunt of it because she's so old.
Turn it around.
Yeah. And, like I could be her younger brother.
Well, she's still getting it here.
Anyway, 75 degrees today. I mean, that is pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I was looking at what Aaron was putting out there earlier, and he was suggesting that at this time of the month, we should have 10 inches of snow.
And we have half inch.
Right.
Let's go.
So instead, we're
Beautiful
seeing
March.
75-degree weather, which is pretty decent for this time of year. Peter says on this date in 2012, we got our dog Rocky and
Aw.
remembered how warm it was. I love that.
That's lovely. MB's here this morning.
MB, good morning. Hi, Ty. Glad you're with us as well.
Good morning, everyone. Any plans for the day? You're
Yeah,
gonna go on a walk.
get
I went on
out
a
there.
beautiful walk yesterday. It was so like fulfilling to just be out there. I'm letting the dog sniff around, enjoying the rays, and just I'm just so glad that we made it here. I mean,
Diane,
it felt like we would
yes.
never get out of the cold. You exactly.
Thank you.
Sick day today.
I was out on Elmwood Avenue last night walking the dog, and there are just so many people out. And what's so nice is that the sun is setting later, so now it's kind of like everyone's just trying to maximize their daytime.
Soak it all in. I saw someone on their roller skates with the dog leading them,
Cool.
and I was like, "That's the picture. That's it
doubt.
right there. You need to play Santeria or whatever like that under that." I was like, "That's
I don't
the
practice
perfect."
Santeria.
Yeah.
I ain't got no crystal ball.
Yeah, I don't know the words.
Mary, I'm debating short or long sleeves. What's
Me
your
too.
answer?
I don't know. I get chilly.
Can we tell everyone what's going on?
Yeah, you can tell.
Okay. Okay.
God.
Guys, here's the tea. Taylor's going on a date tonight.
Yeah.
So what does Taylor wear on a date? Yes!
The crowd, the thunderous applause.
The
Everyone's
crowd goes
shocked.
wild, right? So funny.
They're grinning.
Taylor's going on a date tonight, and it's unclear. Do we wear what do you wear for a date in this kind of weather?
It's a first date too. So I don't want to do too much, but obviously I don't want to do not enough. I usually do too much. But it's gonna be like 60-ish degrees still. It's at 7:30, which is late for us.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go home, take my makeup off, and have to put makeup back on for this date.
Okay.
But I don't know what to wear. Okay, I could go like jeans, long sleeve top, and like booties, but is booties kind of crazy? Or do I do jeans, like short sleeve top, and then like a jacket? But I don't think I have a jacket cute enough that I want to wear.
What are you doing is the question.
We're just
Heather
grabbing
wants.
drinks.
Okay. So at like a classy establishment or like a bar, like
It's
a
a
pub?
it's a bar, but it's a classy establishment. Like it's not
Okay.
too bad. I don't want the cuppies crashing my date.
Okay, so
Show
Heather,
up.
what do you think in terms of that? What would you pick? Oh, Elizabeth says jeans, pretty blouse,
Low heels.
low heels.
I don't have like low heels though. That like don't. I don't. The dogs aren't done. Like I need to get a pedicure. We can't be like we have to keep the toes covered.
Okay. I think that whatever you wear, you will impress, and you
Exactly.
will certainly.
Ty says dinner board. So it's like it's drinks. We're just getting drinks.
Okay.
It's not like a pub, but like it's a nice bar.
Mary says jeans, blouse, booties.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
What is a blouse?
Yeah, I don't know. Like this is like a blouse. I'm not gonna wear like a blouse
No.
probably. But like
That's a lot.
should I do long sleeve or short sleeve is mostly the question that Mary was asking earlier. So if I do short sleeve, obviously I bring a jacket, but I don't think I have a jacket like suitable enough for the weather.
Okay.
So I need to do long sleeve, I think.
Marguerite says, "Is he tall?"
Oh, I don't know. Let's check
Is this
in.
a first date?
Yeah, this is the first day. I have to check the height. Thank God Hinge tells you how tall they
Okay,
are.
I love it. Okay, so here, sorry, Aaron. Heather says if it's just drinks, a nice shirt and jeans, boots, and a
Light
light
jacket,
jacket
sweater.
sweater. I can deal with that.
That's not bad.
Katie says long sleeve. Aunt Sue says the color pink looks good on you,
Oh,
Taylor.
thank you. I
Peter
hope he
says
never
what you
sees
should-
this, by the way.
The top you're wearing now, wear tonight. He says.
This is like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little too like, I don't know, like buttoned up in this.
I get it.
I want to be like cute.
Not a lawyer,
Say
just a
it-
paralegal.
Say it with your chest, please. Show your face when you say that about me.
I'm saying you look like a paralegal with that.
I look professional. I
Yeah,
look
you,
cute.
you should have a little briefcase.
All right.
Elle
Well,
Woods.
Katie texted me this morning saying she liked my shirt.
It's
so.
cute. I like what Janelle has to say. I met my boyfriend wearing sweats and no makeup, so don't
Girl.
overthink it.
That is what I needed to hear because I'm trying not to overthink it. I went on several bad dates in the past couple of weeks, and at this point, I can't even be nervous because I'm like,
If you're watching, you suck.
you know you are. He's 5'11".
Ooh, wow. Daddy long legs.
I'm 5'4" for reference, so
Okay.
any heel that I wear will be fine.
Well, please keep us posted. Let us know how this date goes. I would love to hear.
Marguerite says the bar can have air conditioning, and that's my problem, girl.
Great point.
He runs hot. I'm always running cold. I'm freezing. Sometimes I'm up here in my hoodie because it's cold everywhere I go. But I don't know. We'll
Peter
see.
says, whatever you wear, you will look fine. You always do.
Thank you, Cuppies. Give me the confidence I need today.
We'll keep us posted.
Oh, well, I'll update you tomorrow.
Speaking of looking fine, how about those astronauts, Sonny and Butch, finally landing, splashing down, and they are making an entrance back into Earth.
Play the applause, please.
Right? Can we talk about these two for a second?
I am so happy. Let me tell you how thrilled I am about this.
Either they're safe.
I have never met these people a day in my life, but I'm so happy for them. I mean, even the fact that they had to like land into the water, they've
Yeah.
been through so much. They were supposed to be up there for a week, and they're up there for months. At
9
night, I'm
months,
going to
right.
sleep on my bed. I'm complaining I'm a little hot in there. Yeah, right. At least you're with gravity.
I just wonder, like, what was the experience like up there? Was there ever fighting between Butch and Sonny? What's for
Imagine
dinner?
there's
You know?
beef.
They were basically husband and wife for 9 months.
Imagine you and Katie stuck in space for
God
9
help
months.
us. God, neither of us would make it out
You
alive.
would kill each other. Oh
The
my
dolphins,
gosh.
right? I mean, how cool is that? The dolphins swimming around the space capsule.
Why could they not land on the ground? What's going on with that?
I don't know that it has the capability to land. I don't know.
Are they trying to torture these people? Like, why do they have to go through so much? They were stuck in space and now they have to crash land into the ocean? It's too much. Oh my gosh.
I feel isn't that safer though than landing
I
on
guess.
land? I don't
There's
know.
no good way to do it. I get like someone should have gone up there. I don't know.
Marguerite, what a beautiful landing. Even the dolphins greeted them. So glad they're back safely. Rosemary says. Shirley says it was really something to watch.
So, what do you do if you're them? What's the first thing you do? Obviously, you go and you hug your family.
Okay, I had the same question, Janelle. I want to know if they have issues working on.
Yeah, they're probably all wobbly because they've
Right?
been in zero gravity for so long.
Do they have to retrain? They probably have to go through so much. Like that's probably one of the first things they have to do is go through all the testing, go through all of like the recalibration. I guess like you have to reset your body. You've been in space, zero gravity for 9 months.
That's too much.
It always landed in water, is what
Do they
Lori
have therapy
says.
sessions for them?
They've got to.
I mean, like, I'm glad there were two of them so they could at least have conversation, but that's got to be so isolating.
Yeah,
And like,
you were literally lost in space.
were they getting like news reports every day? Do you think they were watching Second Cup in there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like, were they? I mean, obviously they've done interviews from there. So,
Right.
like, do we think they were like abreast of what was going on? Are they
Sure.
aware of current events? Do they want to know current events? I don't want them stressed up there.
I just wonder like what actually the stress level was. Like, if you have anxiety, you're probably not going to space.
Yeah,
But
me.
if you are expecting to be someplace for a week and then all of a sudden it turns into 9
Months.
months, like
Imagine like, because halfway through, right? You're like 4.5 months in, and you're like, we got to be going home soon. And you're not even, and you don't know when you're going to be able to go home. That's the issue, the unknown. When can I go home and see my family again? When can I have a normal meal? When can I
Right.
go to the bathroom normally?
well, and like what point does that thought creep into your mind? Even if you are like the picture of perfection, you're a brilliant space astronaut, when does that feeling creep in being like, okay, something is wrong here and I don't know what the future holds? Like that ambiguity, that uncertainty, I think, for any normal person is a lot to sometimes overcome. But then to be in that position where you are literally not grounded, what does that feel like?
Like, I would be such a wreck. I'd be crying. I'd be like Tom Hanks with the Wilson with the volleyball.
Yeah.
Like I would be deranged. I can't imagine what that's like. And then Susan asked a good question, Ansu, saying, "What about medication?"
Yeah, hello. Great question. What if are you on medication? I don't know.
You probably can't be.
Right. They probably have that mindset, Mary says, before they lift off.
And B
Right.
says when she was in grammar school, they used to watch the space
yeah.
landings. That's very cool.
Peter says the longest stay is usually 6 months. 9 months is stressful.
Pregnancy.
When they find out who the president is, they'll want to
Pat.
go back up. There's what Pat says. I didn't read your comment all the way, Pat, but I was like, oh, current events. Yeah, totally get it. Interesting. I mean, it's a fascinating story, and to be, back on Earth, back on terra firma, it's just exciting to have them here. It was like the nation was behind them, rallying around them, and yeah, Noreen's right. It was awesome to watch.
So, do you think they get some PTO after this? Like, I don't know how you like move forward normally.
Right.
I would be
do you get PTSD from this,
have to, but then like,
or do you want to go back?
are they going to go back to work though? Like, are they
Right.
going to? I would never go back to space if I was stuck up there for 9 months. Like, do they get to retire early? I want to know what they ate first. I have so many questions for them. Please put me in a room with these two.
And is the space station fully stocked? Like, I don't know. I know. It's going to be a movie.
oh,
It's got
has
to be. Or
to
like a
movie.
Netflix documentary. Like, it's going to be one of these things.
Who's going to play them?
I don't know. I mean,
be
if
cool.
if it's a documentary, I'd be glued to the screen.
Do you
One of
think they've
those
been
things.
recording up there?
They had. Somebody
hope
has
so.
to have. There's definitely like a
I
live
want to see like a
feed
time
somewhere.
lapse.
Mark says they might have muscle loss.
They
That's my thought
definitely
too.
going to have muscle loss. How do they sleep? Like,
Okay, so I saw something like that. I think I was watching the Today Show over the weekend and a couple of weekends ago, and they showed off like where they sleep, and they can sleep standing up, they can sleep upside down. It doesn't matter because it's zero gravity. Isn't that cool?
but isn't that weird?
In like a little capsule. It's very, very cool.
But don't they have blankets and they want to cuddle up? I guess if your blanket's probably flying around, you
Yeah.
can't like hold on to it.
They should write a book.
Oh, I'm reading that one
kidding.
cover to cover, girl.
Speaking of writing a book, there are many books available about what happened in the Love Canal neighborhood in
Mm-hmm. I read
Niagara
one. Did I tell you
Falls.
that? I took a class in college.
Really?
It was politics and the environment. And we read
Mhm.
books about Love Canal. And that was when I first read about it, not knowing I would eventually live outside of Niagara
Miles
Falls.
away. So almost 50 years after the Love Canal disaster in Niagara Falls, 50 years after the community became synonymous with environmental disaster, we are once again hearing from people who are concerned about environmental disaster or the possibility of environmental problems coming from the Goodyear plant in Niagara Falls.
History repeating itself.
So I spoke with Luella Kenny, who is a Love Canal survivor. Her son, though, John, died when he was 7 in 1978. And what she told me is really, really powerful. She said, I am appalled by what is going on right now in Niagara Falls, talking about Love Canal. And she also said that she thinks that New York State should be far ahead of where they are right now when it comes to regulations. And when you consider that somebody who has gone through this almost 5 decades ago is now talking about the same thing,
Right.
it kind of sparks some outrage. I
And it's
would
like,
say.
how could we be back here? How could we be seeing this again? So these are some of the chemicals that you did the research on.
Right,
And then
orthotoluidine is
this
what's
is
being emitted.
the warning area, so they call it.
So go back to that map, John, if you could. What's interesting is that that map comes directly from the Department of Environmental Conservation. This is the state's own mapping that shows there are up to 7 times the current standard of this cancer-causing chemical being emitted into the air. Obviously, the darker shades are around the Goodyear plant. That bright shade right in the middle, that's the highest concentration. It fans out from there. But the problem is the state's like, oh no, this is just worst-case scenario mapping. This is not what's actually happening in the real world. But then when you ask the DEC, well, what's happening in the real world, and does the DEC have real-world scenario mapping? The answer is, well, this is what we're trying to have them do, and the answer is freaking no.
And that's what's so tough about the lack of transparency here is that you can see it's over homes, it's over
Correct.
neighborhoods. These are, in theory, where kids are playing.
And so I asked Luella Kenny about that. You know, are you concerned for the kids? And her answer is just yes. She's concerned for everyone who lives in this neighborhood. Paula says the seventh wonder of the world being so disrespected. Well, and so how do you balance having an industry and how do you balance having a community of healthy people? And it's interesting to hear from the Niagara Falls mayor, Robert Rustino, who says it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both, but we have to be good neighbors and they have to be good neighbors and, you know, vice versa.
And that's communication. That's communication between the industries that you have and the people there and making sure that people are safe, that they can go about. And it's not like, you know, they're asking for the world. They're just asking to be able to breathe safely.
Right. Barbara says exactly. How can this potentially be happening again? Did we learn nothing or did we not do enough after Love Canal? And that's a
valid
great question.
question.
I asked Luella Kenny. I asked that Love Canal survivor, because what she told me is that regulations matter if they're enforced. And so I asked her, do you think New York State was enforcing the regulations? She said no. Just like they did in Love Canal, they turned their back on these women, these Love Canal mothers who were just trying to protect their families at that point. They turned their back on them, she says. And 47 years later, Luella told me, they should know exactly what's going on.
That's so wild.
So I'll drop a link in the comments here for you to check out my story. You can watch it in full right now on WKBW.com. Barb says corporate grade. And you know, that's what she says. She's not going to let another child die because of corporate irresponsibility.
And it falls sometimes on deaf ears, and that's what's so tough. You know, these are mothers, these are people who have concerns, and it's like, are these corporations hearing them?
Rosemary says industries don't care, money talks. Mary says I was 14 or 15 when Love Canal happened. I was worried where else are bad areas.
Yeah, you don't know until you know, right? Until this research is done.
Right.
And after Ed did the story, they're moving a little quicker now.
Well, so the state issued this consent order. It's basically this document that Goodyear signed off on after they were fined $15,000. And they said that they have to meet, the DEC mandates that they meet certain deadlines. So what we found out is that they've already submitted their air quality study or an air emissions guideline study that had to be done by the middle of April. It's been submitted already. So they're ahead of schedule, which is good for them. I've trying to get a hold of that study to see what it actually shows, because frankly, if the DEC says this is worst case scenario mapping, but has no mapping or no insight, just estimates about what's actually happening, then there's a total disconnect, even though the DEC would love to kind of sweep that under the rug. But we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Elizabeth says the elected officials don't care. They just want campaign contributions. They don't care about the people. You know, when I spoke to the Niagara Falls mayor, he told me that there have been so many decisions made about Niagara Falls that have not come from City Hall, which is the reason why he says Niagara Falls looks the way it does. And what he compared it to was post-World War II
Wow.
Europe, where all of these industries are just kind of a shell of what was.
Right. And instead of being able to start over and fix it, you're just told, hey, here's what you have to do. This is what you have to do.
Exactly.
And this is kind of where you end up.
So don't miss my story. That airs tonight on 7 News at 6. But again, you can watch it in its entirety right now. You don't have to wait because I know that you've got a busy day ahead on WKBW.com. It's on the homepage right now. And John, of course, linked you to the comments here. Linked you to it in the comments here so that you don't have to miss out on this really important information.
Yeah, and Barbara says, keep on it, Ed. Keeping things in the spotlight makes a difference, a huge difference. And you can just see it with, you know, now they're acting much quicker.
Which is good news for everyone, and
sure.
especially those people all around Niagara Falls. Can we talk about the Eagles too?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we talked about this yesterday, and we talked about my bird trauma, right? And how much, you know, I'm not into birds, not my thing, not really a nature fan. But after we talked about it all morning, I'm checking in on the little birds. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. So there are 3 eggs underneath the bird that we saw yesterday. The bird we saw yesterday was York. All morning we saw Oreo, and they work in shifts. And yesterday, the best thing happened. One of them hatched.
Okay, so let's watch the video first. I think that's probably the coolest part of the morning. Watching this bird.
Look at the baby.
Okay, look at the right-hand side. Do you see that little fuzzball pop up?
Oh my goodness. Like, he's so shaky. He's like, where am I?
I mean, these birds mate to live. And is that what they said this
Mate for
morning?
life.
Mate for life, yeah. I mean, everyone mates to live. Hello. Or lives to mate. You decide.
Okay.
But these birds in particular are now making a comeback after once being endangered.
Which is so, so cool. And they're here. You know, this isn't some camera in somewhere else or California. This is Warsaw. This is
Right.
Western New York. These are our birds in our backyard, and we're so proud of them. And I just think it's so, so cool that we can watch them. And
I
there's so many
know.
people in the comments, you know, they saw us.
Up.
Oh, feeding her. And people have named the little one, because this is the Ott family's camera. They're naming this one Little Ott,
Cute.
little baby. So there are 2 more eggs that still have to hatch. And today, probably perfect weather. So hopefully we get
Yeah.
a
spring
second
is sprung.
hatchling that's coming out there, which is really, really cute.
Can we go live to the bird cam, see what it looks like at this
Bird
point?
Cam Live. Bird Cam Live.
Good for her. Kim says Heather says bald eagles on UB's North Campus near the bike path. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You know what I thought was really interesting in Jordan Johnson's story, because she interviewed the Ott family. It turns out that they're not really. The way this is all set up is kind of cool. So they contracted with this system called Pixie Cams, and they used a whole ton of wire to get this camera powered and streaming online so that we could actually see this. This is high up in a tree.
Yeah, and it's pretty vast, their land out there. So they got to
Right?
really get interconnected to make sure that we can see this. And I love that they're putting the effort in, because this is the 4th year, right, that they've had these eagles
Yes.
there. They're putting so much effort in so that we can be a part of it. And they built their own little community in the comments. They watch the birds go to sleep at night. They watch them wake up in the morning. I just think it's so fun.
Kim says we have one in Angola every once in a while. You do see it flying. Well, so these 2 birds, and I think we kind of saw it yesterday at some point during the day, where one got up from the nest, the other sat down and was like making itself comfortable. I'm still trying to figure out, maybe MB, you can kind of figure out for us which is the male, which is the female, because you know, I'm not. I'm interested. I just want to know, you know, how do we differentiate between the 2?
Okay.
Is there a way to tell?
At the start of second cup, so like around 8 o'clock, there was a little feeding. So wait, this is I went back to a couple minutes
Do you
ago.
want to share your screen?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Go back into StreamYard.
Yeah. Now what?
Present,
Oh.
and then share screen at the bottom. And then you can share, click whatever. Yeah. Just get out of that.
Open system setting?
Just click
I
deny.
don't deny. Okay.
And then go into whatever tab.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
and share.
Yay. Okay, I'm learning. Okay, can you guys see? Okay. So this was a little bit ago. So I'll pause it, and you can see mom or dad. We don't know which one is gone. And then there's a feeding. She's gonna. Will do. Thank you, John. Okay. Let me see what you got. Okay. Can you see the baby? Where's
Oh
the
my
baby?
God, look at that. Yeah.
Where's the baby?
It's
Oh,
right under
there
the
it is.
branch.
There it is. Okay, so
Oh
this
my
is,
gosh, look at this.
this is literally a couple minutes ago. This is at 8:05. How cool is this? As we're having our second cup of coffee, baby's having breakfast.
Wow. I wonder what she, like, wow. Wow.
So mom went out to go get some food, came back. Here you go, baby. Oh, that's so cute.
Can you just let this play out?
Yeah.
I'm so,
No, this is literally from, let me see. This is from 15 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago.
wow.
This is just so cool. I wish you could see the other eggs in there.
Oh my God, look at that.
Ooh,
That is so
ooh.
cool.
I wonder what that is. Oh, mom's taking some
And
first.
she's hungry. I mean, she's doing a lot of work these days. Wow. This. Oh my God. Taylor, I cannot understand how you did not think this was cool.
I came around, okay? I didn't know that there were babies. I thought that the one we were looking at was the baby.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, okay, it's just a bird. It's just sitting there. But I didn't realize that we had life was
Oh
being
my
created in
God.
front of our eyes.
But look at how intuitive this bird is. I mean, it's not
It's
just
so
a bird.
cute.
This is a brilliant animal. Wow, a bird of prey. This is so cool.
And the fact that this is just instinct for them, this bird is like, I have to go and provide. As soon as the morning hits, once I see the sun, I'm going to go out, get some food, bring it back for my baby. Okay, so where's the other bird when mom leaves to go get some food? Because that was a long time.
Well, let's let this play out because I'm really interested. Heather says, thank you for showing this. Now I'm not going to get any work done. I'll be watching all day. This is awesome. Emmy worthy. Aaron's mom
Right?
says we love that. Yes. Jeanette says, I know teachers that leave the Eagle cams up on their smart boards for the kids to watch all day. That's actually very cool. I used to work
Yeah.
in one of the classrooms, and the excitement with the students following the birds every day was also really cool to watch.
When we were in school, we tried to hatch little chicks.
Yes, I
and-
remember that. We did too.
Oh, they died. Ours
Oh.
died. And we had to flush them down the toilet.
Okay.
It was sad. Oh, back on.
Dinner, breakfast's over.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. Time to sit. This is so funny.
Don't crush them.
I didn't know that they sat on top of the baby.
Probably keeps them warm.
Yeah,
and
because he's so
safe,
little
you
and
know?
it's chilly at night.
Wow.
This is so cute. Look at her. They're cuddling. Oh yeah, get comfy.
I am
get
so glad
comfy.
you found this.
Thank you to the people in the comments, honestly, because they said they're tracking it. They go 8:05 feeding time, like they literally are on it. They're like 8:05 feeding time, 8 whatever. Mom goes to sleep, takes a nap. They're really doing the play-by-play work for us.
I also think it's so cool how this bird, whether it's mom or dad, utilizes the tools that he or she has. I mean, using its beak to nestle itself into the perfect position. Right? Look at exactly my point.
Making that
Knowing
nest.
how utility works.
This is so cool. Marguerite says the other bird won't be far away when the one goes out to get some food. Still protective.
Kim says this
cool.
is something else. I mean, realistically, where else can you get something like this in real time?
I'm going to move ahead a little bit so we can go back to live, see if anything else is happening. Because, yeah, this is where we saw them. Okay, so now we're back live. Yep. Just still sitting over the baby.
Those Eagles need a little TV to watch second cover,
Right?
Naomi, glad you're with us. Females are larger in size, including a wider wingspan, and their sound is lower.
I know that's right, girl.
Kim says robins do that too. Blue eggs. Yeah, I
Oh.
love the robin's blue eggs. It's a Crayola crayon. Like, that's how you know it's a robin's
yeah.
egg. Good TV, Noreen says, yeah, no kidding. Peter says, Taylor wants to interview the Eagles and have a girls' night. Yes.
Exactly. It's the only thing, 2 things I want in life right now.
Nature at its finest is what Kathy says. And you know what, John? Maybe what we can do is drop a link into the comments here with Jordan's story, because hearing from Mr. Ott
Mhm.
and, you know, just his excitement around it, not even thinking that this would be a big hit. And now all of a sudden it is. I mean, just the fact that they had enough wherewithal to say, okay, I'm going to put this online.
Right. And people will love this. They've gotten more than 60,000 people watching this.
It's great for them. I wonder if
it.
they're making money. Julie says they're giving us
so.
the bird.
Early in the morning, too.
Right? I mean, this is just very cool. I'm so grateful to the Ott family for allowing us a look inside their land and, you know, kind of lifting the curtain a little bit for us to say, you know, we've got this. We want to share it with the world.
Yeah, look what's in our backyard and we'll bring it to yours.
Yeah.
Sherry saying, love the Eagles, the birds, not the team. And this is important to me to clarify because I'm not an Eagles fan. I do love these birds, but not all birds and not that football team.
So
Thank you.
Kim's wondering who took this video. This is actually live video right now from the Ott family Nest camera. So the Ott family lives in Warsaw. They are Western New Yorkers. They live out in Wyoming County and are allowing us the opportunity to share with you what this bird, this eagle, this symbolic moment of America, you know, American pride, and how they operate.
I just want to play the national anthem and shed a tear.
I know.
Do we know how big they are?
I wish I knew.
If anyone has any idea of like the size or like the scale, I don't really understand. I can't get a grasp of like how large this bird is. But I can imagine pretty big, huh?
Their wingspan is pretty significant. I know that for a fact. And you know, when you watch them soar through the sky, they are massive, massive birds. I mean, and I don't know, like, do you watch any of those videos? But like their claws, they're like talons, and they just will
Pick something up.
Yeah,
swoop.
I've seen them in the videos where, you know, they're over the water, they see a fish or something, and they just drop down, swoop down really fast, and grab it with their big, big, powerful feet. They're like talons, really.
That's so cool. I wonder how high up they are too. I have so many questions. I love it.
Tanny says surrounding areas, bread and butter, ratings, booster signal. Kim says they are beautiful birds. They are. And, you know, they're very stoic.
Yeah, like very calming energy.
Yeah,
It's just fun to watch them.
I know. I love this stuff. We're voyeurs a little bit. But hey, it's for the best. I mean, you get to learn a little bit, which I think is very cool too.
Do I have to get off of this thing, or John, you'll cut it off? Okay, kick me out.
Yep.
He definitely took joy in
Aaron
that.
says, sounds like we gotta have second cup at the zoo. Yeah, with Luna. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Aw,
Or the
I-
new
I-
tiger?
Yeah, I forget his name.
I do too.
Sangari?
Something like that.
Well, that might be the kind of tiger he's. I don't know, but yeah, he's cute. But I love Luna. I'm a big Luna fan.
Sherry says those towns could pick up a little dog. I know. That's why
know.
if you live out in the country, you gotta,
You gotta
be
get
careful.
the eagle like backpacks that they have for
Yeah.
dogs.
Like they did with the coyotes.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Good luck tonight, Taylor, is what Kelly
Thanks,
says.
guys. You know, at this point, we're just giving it our best go.
Let us know what happens.
Hopefully, the drinks are free.
Yeah, no splitting here. Chivalry ain't dead.
I've been on several dates where I've had to pay. I wouldn't.
We'll hear those stories tomorrow.
Yeah, someone took me on my birthday a couple
What,
years ago. I
John?
had to pay half.
That's
Just saying.
ridiculous.
It's
It's
tough out-
unacceptable.
It's tough
And
out
we
here.
will get back
brother.
to this tomorrow.
Say a prayer, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.